Abdominal aortic aneurysm is a potentially life-threatening condition characterized by degenerative changes in the wall of the abdominal aorta that lead to progressive dilatation and possible rupture if the condition is untreated. The traditional approach to abdominal aortic aneurysm repair has been an open surgical procedure. Endovascular repair, using an endovascular stent graft, is a more recently developed approach. In this procedure, a guide wire is introduced into the abdominal aorta through a femoral artery. This is followed by the sheathed main body of the stent graft, which is positioned with the use of fluoroscopy. The body of the stent graft, composed of a non-permeable polyester material supported by a self-expanding flexible metal frame, is partially deployed, with the undeployed upper portion of the device positioned immediately below the renal arteries. A second guide wire is introduced through the contralateral iliac artery into the open lumen of the contralateral limb of the stent graft. The top cap is removed, deploying the suprarenal stent and anchoring the stent graft to the vessel wall. The contralateral limb component of the stent graft is then introduced and deployed with overlap sufficient to prevent leakage around the junction of the main body of the device and the proximal end of the limb, and so that the distal end of the contralateral limb is located superiorly to the internal iliac artery. The ipsilateral limb of the stent graft is deployed in similar fashion. A balloon is then introduced and used to expand all graft-to-vessel and graft-to-graft junctions in the proximal to distal direction to ensure a tight seal. Finally, the sheaths and guide wires are removed and the femoral arteries repaired. Aortic blood subsequently flows through the stent graft. Endovascular abdominal aortic aneurysm repair is intended to relieve further pressure on the aneurysm